on behalf of the family of Mark Duggan's family. Mark did not get the justice that he deserved from the inquest. So therefore we have no alternative but to go back to basics. Start at the beginning. The beginning was with the IPCC. What we really want the IPCC to do now is do what they should have done in the beginning, and that is a thorough investigation. On numerous occasions, IPCC's investigation, they were criticised of incompetence, which they admitted to. So it's nothing that we are bringing to them that they don't already know. They know they're incompetent, they know they didn't do a thorough job because they're investigating their own people. Over 65% of the IPCC members are ex-police. So therefore they're investigating their own people, and I believe that's why Mark did not get the justice that he should have got. So that is really all we have to say. We want to thank you all for doing what you're doing, but we also would ask you to please report this in the right way. Let's have the truth for once. Thank you.
Carol, can you say any more?
Over 2,000 people have been killed in police custody or after contact with a police officer. 2,000 dead. That is what I call a civil rights issue on the scale of 1960s America. That's why we will be demonstrating peacefully today in a mass militant protest against police racism, against the media's racism, and against state violence.
We're here to show the family that we care. We're here to show the family that we believe. And we're here to show the family that we'll stand shoulder to shoulder with them in their struggle for justice for Mark Duggan. But we're here to do it respectfully. We're here to do it with dignity. We're not going to give them the opportunity to stereotype us and dismiss us.
And I hope to see this be the many of our gatherings today. And I thank you all on behalf of the family. May love keep us together, because the greatest way that they weaken us is divide and conquer. We are not divided. We are unity. I'm going to give it to justice to Stafford. Here we go.
1999. A doctoral very much for listening to me. Thank you.
My brother is Sean Rigg, who died at the hands of Brixton Police Station, one of the most notorious police stations in Britain. They have killed so many. When they killed my brother, the pot of blood spilled onto the streets.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want the media to report today that on the streets of Tottenham, the community, black and white, came out in unity for the family of Mark Duggan. Black and white came out in unity for black communities. You know, we're living in crazy times.
We've been proud to take part in Justice for Mark Duggan campaign, and we will continue to support the Justice for Mark Duggan campaign. Just like all of you, we as the members of the Turkish and Kurdish community were shocked with the verdict. But as a member of a community who know this feeling really well, who've lost almost 11,000 people under police custody, we are just in the summer of 2013 in Turkey, 7 young people were killed by the police and none of the police were prosecuted. So we know the feeling, we understand, we know that this was racially expressed but a politically motivated attack on our unity. and for the sake of unity of all people, we will continue to work with the Justice for Mark Duggan campaign, and we will continue to work with the black community in building a united front against racism, fascism and injustice.
And I said to his family that his death will not be forgotten, that his death would be the beginning of a new season in our community. I stand by that promise and I stand by that prayer. I never met Mark, but I do know that it just doesn't seem right that when a jury says a man threw away a gun and then a police officer says, I saw him holding the gun. I don't know whether the jury's lying or the police is lying. However, what we must pursue is justice, peace, and truth. Mark Duggan left 6 children. Those children must believe in a future that says justice will prevail whenever any one of us are in the hands of the establishment upon whose steps we stand. Okay, family. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go!
And Mark Duggan was killed as part of a pattern of killings. The Sean Riggs, all of the cases up and down the country of people killed in police cells, people killed after contact with police officers.
Okay, we're here today for Mark Duggan because he was shot dead by the police, even though he did not have a gun. And it's been found that it was a lawful killing by the jury. We think that's outrageous, and this has happened only because of the racism in the 2 years following the killing of Mark. But they spread all sorts of lies about him being a violent criminal and gangster, and all sorts of lies about his family. And on the basis of those lies, and on the basis of a racist narrative which suggests that all black people are criminals somehow, it's because of those lies that are already embedded in the heads of the jurors that they came out with the decision that they did. It's an outrageous decision which shows up the corruption at the heart of the British justice system. And it's not just black people that are suffering, it's all ethnic minority people, it's all white working class people, because the police in this country are like the police when they invented them back in the 19th century, when they were there to look after the interests of the rich in London, to stop the poor people invading their areas, as they put it. And it's the same police that we have today, looking after the 1% who are looking down on the 99%, as the Occupy movement tried to highlight in America and elsewhere in the world. And it's that battle that we're fighting today for Mark Duggan is part of a wider battle for social justice. It's very surprising that when we had the Arab Spring in Cairo, all the media's up and down jumping about democracy and the great fight for democracy, but when we have a lack of democracy in this country, then they don't say anything. 3,000 people have been killed by the police since 1969, and not a single policeman has gone to prison.
And when you try and go and register a complaint against the police, the Metropolitan Police, at Tottenham Police Station the morning the inquiry was announced, the result, they wouldn't even deal with it. I've made 3 complaints against Haringey Police at how they're policing in Tottenham and how they're persecuting the black youths in Tottenham, and they haven't got back to me from the 8th.